Chapter 17. Traveler was the first to correct him.
No, we're not doing Zili.
Vezirix, then. Doesn't matter. The doctor pressed a button, sticking his tongue out. Purge made a strange gurgled zapping sound.
Traveler?
Jade stated.
Dragon tattoo?
She asked.
Traveler.
The stranger in white said, bored. He scratched his head, studied his watch, stepping out of the doctor's way.
You are an insufficient operator.
Purge chastised. The doctor peered at Traveler for a moment. Then he looked at Purge's marble slab as it disappeared into the antique chrome lectern. He grinned. She just said that. Traveler. The lanky, skinny man adjusted his pinstripe jacket. Entertaining mystery series. Book. Series. The author was a bit self-involved. Not, well, that one. The doctor looked up at Jade.
Haven't read it.
Jade didn't care. She consciously made herself stop toying with the antique fob watch when the doctor made a look at her. Made a look. So why the Time Lord back up? The doctor slid the podium, crossed his arms. Traveler looked at the ceiling. He smiled and turned off his watch as he glanced over at the doctor. The doctor wasn't smiling. That's not safe. Good thing Rose left could have turned her back into Bad Wolf.
I'm doing what I have to do.
Traveler walked to Purge's control console. The doctor pointed at Jade's necklace. You have no idea what you're doing. I'm tempted to grab that thing myself and turn back to a full-fledged Time Lord. Is that your plan? The doctor walked in a semicircle around Purge's porcelain podium. Or were you going to nuke us all with your white void anti-particle detonation construct? And finished with his thumb pointing over his shoulder at Cornelius. Traveler wound away from the doctor, rotating to the other side of the command panel. Purge was making odd technical static sounds in the background and overhead. Jade could tell she was listening.
You stay out of this!
The stranger in white shouted at the dragon. It folded its arms. The doctor cocked his head at him. Traveler sighed loudly.
Purge.
Yes. Capazila o nek vezoric traveler.
He looked over at the misplaced hybrid Time Lord.
What am I thinking right now?
There was a moment of quiet hum in the time machine. Jade looked at the tips of her hair. Purge echoed.
You are worried for the sake of Jade, worried that you will not be expert enough in temporal engineering to get her home.
Jade shifted, wanted suddenly to hug the strange, tired man in white. Her time traveler.
Every situation you find yourself in, you are only, at most, 80% ready for. You consider yourself to be always on your toes. Not by choice, as life never gives you a rest at all. Ever. Time is merciless. You wish the answers were easy, but sometimes they are not. Sometimes they simply do not exist. Sometimes there are no reasons, no warning, and that thought gives you no comfort. You feel alone, on shaky ground, second-guessing yourself.
Traveler took a reading from his watch, rubbed the back of his neck.
Yet, as you think this, you also wonder if you are the only living creature that feels as if it isn't where it is supposed to be, misplaced, or wonders if it is the only one who doesn't know what it is doing, lost.
Purge's intercom voice was powerful, yet feminine, and distinctly artificial.
Concerned that you are not doing the right thing, plagued by regret over the wrong, ultimately you fear letting everyone, including yourself, down. You are not alone. Capazila o nek vezoric traveler.
The doctor blinked. He lowered his head, staring into his shoes. Traveler took off his white coat and loosened his tie. Purge concluded.
How can we know what is right or wrong? How can we know anything? What are we supposed to do?
The doctor looked over at Traveler, who shrugged, his eyebrows raised. Come here, you. Traveler pointed at his own chest, grinned, shy.
Me? No, I don't.
Come in for a hug, mate. The doctor was well on his way with arms open. Jade was laughing. All gonna be okay. I promise. The doctor's lips were pursed way out. Everything's gonna be fine. Safe as a house. Traveler smiled and tucked after he and the doctor quickly embraced. The doctor gripped the back of Traveler's head by the hair, a strong grab. You know what's next? He said. Traveler's smile faded.
Sure.
He uncrossed his arms. Jade thought about the two kissing, giggling privately.
That would be so hot.
Purge announced loudly with a brash echo. Traveler's eyebrows arched. The doctor seemed cross. Not like that, he sighed. He suddenly bashed his head against Traveler's, the two noggins smacking together with a crisp stog like bong.
Got that?
Traveler asked, holding his temples. Right. Just about. The doctor winced.
Instantaneous touch-enabled mental manipulation.
The stranger in white didn't like it. Not one bit. Jade could tell. I'd rather prefer tactical telepathy. The doctor straightened, spun a dial on a readout display. Jade opened a sketchbook, scribbling with a red pen. Otherwise known as the time traveler art of transferring knowledge quickly to another person by headbutting them. Are you and Purge related? The doctor inquired. Jade's eyes widened. Traveler smirked. He didn't wait for an answer. So, the land of fiction. Question, is it real? Traveler leaned against the podium, rubbed his eyes, getting ready for story time. Jade took off her shoes and sat on her comfy chair. She sketched, Cornelius curled up next to her. I first visited the land of fiction in my second life.